Hello students, I welcome you in a new video. In today's video, before moving ahead in this video, I would like to make one minor correction in my previous video number 5. Let's see what is the correction. In video number 5, you just note down the time 16 minute 48 second part 5. There is a minor correction. Minor correction is the naming of the glycosides. I have written the glycoside name alpha D glucopyranoside, beta D glucopyranoside, alpha D glucopyranoside, beta D glucopyranoside, but actually the name is methyl because we are taking methyl derivative of we can say glycoside. So we first write the methyl alpha D glucopyranoside, methyl beta D glucopyranoside, and respectively we should write methyl alpha D glucopyranoside and methyl beta D glucopyranoside. You should note down the time and you should note down the part 5 of our video. Now after glucose, we are discussing the chemistry of fructose. Fructose is also a very important monosaccharide which is the containing ketone. It is the example of a ketose monosaccharide. Fructose is a sugar. We can say fructose is a sugar which is called the which is found to be liberatory. Fructose is a sugar which is found to be we can say it is a fruit sugar, fructose. Fructose formula, the structure of fructose is this, is contain ketone, so it is called the ketoses monosaccharides. So this is the structure of fructose: CH2OH, CO, OH, H, HOH, HOH and CH2OH. And we can see here again it contains 6 carbon atom, so it is also example of hexox. So fructose, it is a D-fructose because OH is on your right hand side. The highest chiral center of OH, highest chiral center OH is on the right hand side. It means it is a D-fructose. So it is a D-fructose. In case of D-fructose, we can see the attack of this OH or we can see the attack of this OH on our ketonic group. If attack of C5 occur on CO, so we observe a ring which is having a ring size 5 member. And if attack of this CH2OH occur on this CO, we observe a ring which have a 6 membered structure. So here again, similar to the glucose molecule, we again observe the attack of OH on CO occurring from C5OH or occurring from C6OH to give us furanose and pyranose fructose. So when the attack of fructose CO occurs by hydroxy group present on C5 or C6, we observe the formation of cyclic form. So it is the 5-member form of fructose, where C5, if I have to number it, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C5OH is attacking to give us a 5-membered ring. So 5-membered ring, again we can have 2 type of anomer. It is anomeric carbon. This anomeric carbon can show us 2 type of anomer. One where OH on our right hand side, it is called the alpha anomer, and one where OH on the left hand side, it is called the beta anomer, and it is the fructose form in a 5-membered ring and existing in an alpha form and a beta form. So it is fructose form existing in a 6-membered ring. Remember, the one main difference between fructose 5-membered and 6-membered ring is that when you write the 6-membered ring of fructose, always write the O on your left hand side. But in case of a 5-membered ring, because OH was lying on the right hand side, OH of this C5 was lying on the right hand side, so we always write O ring on the right hand side. But in case of pyranose structure, we write this on the left hand side in case of fructose only. So we observe this pyranose form. So again, pyranose form can exist in 2 different forms. Again we have to number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means C6 OH is attacking on CO to give us a pyranose form, and 2 forms are possible. One where OH on right hand side giving us alpha, when OH on left hand side giving us beta form. So in total we have 4 forms of fructose possible, 2 existing in a 5-membered ring and 2 existing in a 6-membered ring. So these are what we say, these are the hemiacetal. Again, you should note this very clearly that it is a hemiacetal because OH are free. OH are free, it is not OR. If it is OR, we call it acetal, but it is a hemiacetal form of fructose. So fructose hemiacetal form exists in 4 forms. So 2 in furanose form, 2 in pyranose form. So what are the nomenclature? Nomenclature of alpha form. alpha, because we are taking alpha form, alpha sugar was D, so D it was fructose, so fructo it was existing in a 5-member form, so furanocide form. So alpha D fructofuranocide, because sugar was fructose and ring is 5-membered. Beta D fructo, oh I'm sorry, one correction I would like to make here is it is not a acetal, so we just have to write it as in a hemiacetal form. So fructofuranose and beta D fructofuranose, alpha D fructopyranose, beta D fructopyranose. Now I repeat it again, it is existing in a hemiacetal form. So hemiacetal forms are alpha D fructofuranose, beta D fructofuranose, alpha D fructopyranose, beta D fructopyranose, because they are existing in a hemiacetal form. So after considering the hemiacetal form, we are considering the acetal form of fructose. Again, we are considering the methyl ester. We are considering the methyl derivative of this acetal. So it is O. It is not OH now. It is OR. OCH3, 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 OCH3. So now we are considering the acetal form of fructose. So in case of acetal form of fructose, one main difference you will observe is that you will write here methyl alpha D fructo, not furanose now. You will write here furanocide. Furanocide. In case of pyranose, in case of acetal, you write furanocide. So name of this is methyl alpha D fructofuranocide. Methyl alpha D fructopyranocide. Pyranocide. I am just writing this in a blue pen just to show you difference between hemiacetal form and acetal form. In case of acetal form, you write methyl alpha D fructofuranocide. So these are two main difference you observe in case of acetal formation. Methyl beta D fructofuranocide. So side and methyl you have to introduce in case of acetal form. So methyl beta alpha D fructopyranocide, because pyranose structure, methyl beta D fructopyranocide, it is furanous structure. This is the main difference between hemiacetal and acetal form, and the name this is these are the nomenclature of the acetal form of the fructose. This is one another point I would like to discuss here is that when we consider hemiacetal and we consider acetal, there is a difference between in their structure. Hemiacetal contain OH and acetal contain OCH3, or we can write OR. So I'm just writing glucose in a furanose form. I'm just writing glucose in a furanose form, and I'm just writing. You can see here this is glucose existing in a 5-membered form, and it is OH, so it is a hemiacetal form. It is glucose existing in a OR form, and it is the 5-membered ring. It is existing in a acetal form. You should remember one point, very important point, is that all hemiacetals are reducing in nature. You should note this very clearly, that you should note down this very important point is that all hemiacetal, whether they are hemiacetal of glucose, fructose, mannose, galactose, they are all reducing in nature. They are reducing in nature because hemiacetal can easily open up. They can easily open up to give you OH and CO. The ring can easily open up to give you CO and OH, and this can again attack on this to give you OH and O. So this is very important point. You should take note of that, is that hemiacetal can easily open up due to this OH. This OH can go, this H can be released from this OH and can show you the opening of the ring of this ring structure to give you a acyclic form of sugar. But this type of ring opening is not possible in case of acetal. So acetal cannot show you ring opening, so they cannot exist in a aldehydic form. But this can show you ring opening, can exist in a aldehydic form. So aldehyde are reducing in nature. Therefore all hemiacetal are reducing in nature, and acetal, due to the absence of the ring opening and due to the absence of the aldehydic form, in case of acetal, they are non-reducing in nature. This point is very important. So the different point I explained today, I'm sure must be clear to all of you. So with this, I say thanks to all of you.